Hey folks, it is Thursday, June 18th, 2024, and this is the Gotrax GX2 e-scooter. And in a few minutes, I'll be taking this out for a spin. And I think what I'll do is we'll check out some Toronto landmarks. So I'll ride from the Garrison Crossing here over to the CN Tower and SKyDome, then I'll head north up to where Phillips Square and City Hall is, and then I'll pop over to Dundas Square, and maybe I'll continue riding from there. I'll put a timestamp below to when the ride starts. But first I'll give an overview of the e-scooter and some of my initial impressions. So this scooter was sent to me from Gotrax, so just a full disclosure there. I'm not in any way, shape, or form obligated to say anything positive about it. They merely provided me the scooter in exchange for doing a video, and this is the video. And I have already done a couple of live streams on it, and this scooter retails for $17.99 currently. It's on sale on the Gotrax website. That would be in Canadian funds, and there is a link in the description where you can get $100 off. Just go over some of the features. This is a dual 800 watt e-scooter. So these scooters are typically bigger, faster, and heavier than single motor scooters like my 9 Max. There are 3 speed modes with which the fastest hits 56 kilometers per hour, which is a bit too crazy for my books. But if you have speed running through your veins, this will certainly do the trick for you. It has an advertised range of 64 kilometers, but that's under perfect conditions, assuming you're a lightweight as well. In my tests, I've gotten about 37 or 38 kilometers of mixed-use city riding. It's got 2 10-inch tubeless tires, which are great. They're nice and wide, they soak up a lot of the bumps, and they're unlikely to get a flat. There's also a dual spring suspension with hydraulic shocks, which are quite amazing. And it's got front and rear disc brakes. There's the charging port. There's a rear tail light. Pretty beefy kickstand. And there is an LED light that lights up when you throw your headlight on, which is kind of a neat ground effect. There is a GX1 scooter which comes in black, which is slightly spec'd down and it's slightly cheaper. To head over to the Gotrax website, compare the two, and I believe there's a GX3 now, which is a level above this. So I'll just cut to the chase. Here are some pros and cons of the scooter. Perhaps the biggest pro versus my other scooters is this is great both on and off-road. The tubeless tires means you're unlikely to get a flat, as I mentioned. The suspension is absolutely amazing, and because it's got those dual 800 watt motors, you absolutely fly uphill, so no struggling to go up any grades on this. And as for the cons, it is quite heavy at about 76 pounds. I think my 9 Max is 41 pounds. So no, I do not plan on carrying this thing on and off the subway. It's also probably not great if you live in like a walk-up apartment. Fortunately, I have an elevator and I just store this thing on my balcony. But that is something to keep in mind. And you'll notice the brakes can be a little bit squeaky. I think that's something Casey from Camera Conspiracies noted in his review of the scooter. And the charge time can take about 7 hours, although that is a very beefy battery. We'll take a look at the console up here. So we'll power it on. You can password protect it, which is a really neat feature, as this thing, I'm going to put the camera away so you don't see my code, could be a bit of a theft target. And there it's in park mode. So you've got a trip meter, which can be switched to a speedometer. Battery, I've got 4 to 5 bars, and I rode down here from Midtown. Plenty of battery life. And these two wheels here put it basically in ludicrous mode, where you will accelerate stupidly fast. I don't use that. I actually keep it in its lowest speed mode, which goes around 24 kilometers. We've got headlights. Not the best time of day to be demonstrating those, but there's a very decent headlamp on the front and an LED strip. And there is that LED light below. That looks pretty nifty. And it's got walk mode here. So if we put it into walk mode, or let me turn the headlights off, you can see it'll just kind of pull itself along with you. Let's turn that off. That's certainly handy. Maybe if you had a flat tire or something, it's certainly easy enough to push on its own without engaging walk mode. And you can zero start it. I've disabled that, which means I have to kickstart every time. And it does have cruise control. I've disabled that. I'm not a fan of cruise control, but it will beep at you every time it engages. And you can flip through your speed modes. There's M, which is the slowest mode, D for drive, and S for speed. And then this will turbocharge it. All right, I think that's enough jibber jabber. I'm gonna hop on it and we're gonna go for a ride, and I'll talk a little bit more about the scooter as we ride. But there is the Gotrax GX2. And did I mention we're in the middle of a heat wave? And this is the latch that securely connects the Gotrax stem to the deck. And I just tried to push off, and a safety feature this has is it will put itself into park mode if it stops for any short period of time. So it just won't take off on you, which is nice, but I haven't had that feature on any of my other scooters, so I'm still getting used to it. This is the second dual motor, dual suspension scooter I've owned. The other one was the Varla Pegasus, which I quite like, but head to head, I think I would choose this one every day of the week over that. So we're gonna ride down to Wellington Street, and we'll make our way over to the CN Tower and the SKyDome. This thing has no issues on terrain like this. It rides just as well on the dirt and grass as it does on paved surfaces. Toronto doesn't have the best roads, and I can't understate just how much this thing does to smooth them out. So we're going to turn right here and head east on the Wellington Street bikeway. This thing has 3 speed modes, as I mentioned, plus there's that turbocharge mode you can throw it into. It's on M right now, which tops off around 24 or 25 kilometers per hour, which I think is perfect for city riding. The next mode up hits the mid 40s, which I think is just a little bit too fast. And then the top mode, where you can take it up to 56. I only ever put it in that mode once to test it going up a hill. The deck seems to be a bit shorter than my 9-bot Max, but it's definitely wider and there's more places to comfortably put your feet. It's much more comfortable to stand on. And right now we are going 22 kilometers per hour. And we've got a bike signal. That was Bathurst Street I just crossed. I mentioned the advertised range is 64 kilometers. I've pretty much tapped the battery out at around 36, 37 kilometers. There's about 5 or 10% left, so I guess you could eke out a little more than that as we get to Portland, which is excellent. There is the Well on the right. There's a brand new food hall in there. That looks quite excellent. I walked through there in a video not too long ago. There's someone getting the hang of an electric unicycle, it looks like. All right, pedestrians left, bikes right, okay. Hard to put into words just how smooth this scooter is relative to my other ones. There's some really bad design. Mixing those on 2 wheels with those on foot. And now we wait to cross. Scooter has put itself into park mode. I'm just fishing my other camera out of my backpack while we do this. There we go, got the sign. Car blocking the path. What else is new? While the cycling infrastructure still has a long way to go, it is definitely much better than it was. A lot of these bike lanes just tend to stop abruptly, like just up ahead here. Well, let's go right onto Blue Jays Way here. And there is the SKyDome straight ahead. These are some Mad Max type conditions on the road. Looks like there's a car doing that thing people in the city can't seem to help themselves from, blocking the intersection. Good job, idiots. There's landmark number 1, the SKyDome. Oh wow, traffic is such a gong show. Look at this. I want to go down to Bremner Boulevard here. I'm getting wet. Something's spraying water. We want to make a left just up ahead here. I'm just gonna do that thing you can do on scooters so well and turn myself into a pedestrian. So I think I told Gotrax I would take some pictures in front of landmarks for them, so we'll go get one in front of the CN Tower and the SKyDome, then it'll be up to City Hall. One of the cool things about this scooter that I can't say about my other ones is I can ride with one hand on the handlebars. It balances quite easily, which means signaling turns is not an issue. More lane changes. This UPS truck go here. Good to see everyone waiting for the crossings to clear. All right, let's snap that picture in front of the tower. It's the rec room on the right. Welcome to Touristville. There's another one, Ripley's Aquarium. The Blue Jays will be trying not to lose to the Red Sox tonight at the SKyDome. Sorry if it's not the best picture in the world, Gotrax. Can't even. see it's so sunny. Well, I tried. There's Ripley's Aquarium. The CN Tower. The SKyDome. And the star of the show, the Gotrax GX2. I think those guys are American. They were speaking in Imperial. And away we go. And Simcoe Street here has a bike lane. Or Lower Simcoe to be more specific. This might make sense. Some of that brake squeal I told you about, it's really not that bad. It does kick in from time to time. And I don't think I've ever had a scooter or e-bike that didn't do that. Usually it kind of resolves itself. I've got about 300-400 kilometers on here. Take the scooter out of park mode. And we're going north up Simcoe, or Lower Simcoe. It'll become Simcoe once we get on the other side of Front Street. And here's a hill. And this is just absolutely effortless. My 9-bot and my Highboy S2 Maxi scooter would definitely have let me know that they were struggling to get up that. There's a lot of people out in this boiling hot weather today. Hey, a Toronto special. Good job, assholes. It's not hard to wait for the intersection to be clear before you enter it. And here's Wellington Street, where we were earlier. Kind of nice waiting in the shade. So the proof will be in the pudding for this scooter. You'll know I like it if you see it showing up in future videos. And I think it will. There we go. I just tried to go again while in park mode. And the grips are probably the best of any e-bike or scooter I have. They don't twist, they stay in spot. They're very comfortable. I can easily mount my 9-bot phone holder to these handlebars, which I've done for live streaming, so I can see the chat. It does make every other kind of scooter seem kind of rink-a-dink though, like that one in front of me. This is Adelaide Street, which has bike lanes, but can be a gong show when you get to the financial district. Not sure what that honking was for. There's another idiot blocking the intersection. Here's Richmond Street, which has bike lanes that are westbound. And we're still on 4 bars of battery. I forget how many kilometers I did on my earlier ride. I should have been keeping track, but I mentioned that on the members video I recorded. Here's Queen. Where they're building a second subway platform at Osgood Station here. These nice big tires aren't really going to get snagged too easily into the streetcar tracks. You know what? We are very close to City Hall, Nathan Phillips Square. Sorry if the camera's bouncing around a little bit. was gonna make a left there. I guess we're hopping off the scooter again. But this is Nathan Phillips Square. Home to the Toronto sign and new City Hall. Old City Hall is just across on Bay Street. All right, now to snag a picture of this thing right here, and then there'll be one more picture to complete the mission. There's some Falun Gong practitioners. Mission accomplished enough. One more stop, Dundas Square. This thing hops off and on curbs like no tomorrow. Look at that massive umbrella that guy has in front there. So for some reason, I had it in my head I'd go to Yonge Street, but that's not going to be how I get to Dundas Square due to the closure here. I'm going to head north up Bay Street. And I'm using a gimbal. It's not really picking up just how smooth this damn scooter is. And I haven't had a chance to test out the bell. There it is. The bell and thumb throttle on this are excellent. Eaton Center is just in over on the right. You don't see too many delivery drivers. Oh, there's a left sign here. I wonder if we can turn right using these bigger, heavier e-scooters. And I think just the fact that they have to carry them up and down stairs from time to time would negate that. This one certainly has the range to be up for some food delivery work. This is Dundas Street. There's the most famous intersection in the city, Yonge and Dundas. There's a scramble crossing in effect. There's a police car. I'm just walking the scooter. And there is Shake Shack. Not much of a lineup to get in. We have made it to the third and final landmark. We'll just lump the CN Tower and SKyDome and Ripleys into one. There's someone who looks like they're doing some vlogging in the square. But there we go. I think we're gonna end it. I did say I would keep riding maybe, but we're gonna just end the video here. I want to thank Gotrax for sending me this awesome GX2 scooter. There's links to that down below with a $100 discount code. I believe it's on sale for a discount on their website right now. Do let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support what I do on YouTube, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button appearing down below if you wish to say thanks that way. And I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this bad boy, so let me know. Anywho, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Yoink.
I watch your video on YouTube.
Oh, I'm reviewing the scooter. I saw you, I go, there's a guy vlogging right now.
Yeah, I watch your video on YouTube, man. Happy to see you, my brother.
Yeah, my hands are gross.
Yeah,
they're all
good,
sweaty.
Good.
You have a channel?
Yes, I have a YouTube channel.
What is it?
It's a C1 TV.
C1 TV.
Yes, I watch you all the day.
I'm being lazy.